This scene's kind of struck out to me.
His fingers, I didn't see those before.
His fingers? Oh shit! Did not see those before.
Clap, clap.
Oh, another Ryan one? Oh.
Valorant. Yeah, I like this musician. I like the music that they make.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, that's so smooth.
Absolutely.
I love this song already. Oh, you haven't seen it yet? I haven't seen it!
That is 3D. That has to be 3D, right?
Probably.
The weapons are cool too.
Change of focus.
Oh, that's so smooth. The cut on action with the gun.
Yeah.
At least for highly referenced, but even the way it moves, it looks 3D. That's dope, though.
Wow.
Bullet. Oh, slow-mo shots. Oh.
Also for slow-mo, like, you need to have a reference to get it right. Otherwise it would be wobbly as hell.
Yeah.
Ooh, the green-red contrast.
Nice colors.
Right? Also, I'm a sucker for songs that are slow-ish, but have, like, action in them.
Oh, I like the expression.
Feels like watching an AMV of something I don't know.
Oh. Calamity Ganon. Oh, damn.
Atlas symbolism, question mark?
Well, that's some Akira shit.
Yeah. He's strong.
We Atlas now. He's definitely like Big Brother protective character, I guess.
This is great.
Oh no, he's breaking. Oh.
I love the purple colors.
Wow, line art in colors.
Oh, this one's very cool.
The smoke, the colors.
But the whole thing is very cool.
Woo!
That's
I
dope.
love the iridescent floor
Yeah.
I was expecting something more on the beats.
and more explosive.
Oh, this is nice too.
Wow.
The line art is cool.
I love magic scenes.
Oh, the melting effect. Have you seen on the flowers?
Yeah.
You can't give me like really dark colors and then neon. It's always pretty.
Ooh, I like the sketchiness of the nose and stuff.
I've noticed like 3 stylistic choices so far.
In general, the sketchy line art is really nice.
But she's the only one to have it. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, the magic. Ugh.
I really like the way they draw faces.
Stylized realism? I don't really know how to put
Yeah,
it.
but it's super stable.
Genuinely, this is awesome. Is it
Slow motion.
animated by the line?
They're just insanely good with 2D animation.
Must
The
be.
bomb. Oh, that must be the players.
Die for you. It's a very catchy song too.
Yes.
This song is called Die For You and it's produced and performed by Grabbitz. It's the official anthem for the 2022 Valorant Championship.
Oh.
The animation is done by The Line, a London-based 2D studio.
Yes.
You know the way that for 3D peeps, Fortiche is the end goal? The
the
line
line
for 2D people like me is
And goal.
The shot depicts the split second in battle where the 3 champions are battling with their own subconscious.
I was so baffled by the animation that I was like, story? Oops.
So the music was also specifically made for this. I see.
Yeah, so I think it's very watchable.
Impact frames?
Yes.
Woo! Got that right. It gives more shabam. How do you come to the conclusion that this, and that, and this will be cool impact?
Yeah, I wonder how much of effects animation is still actually looking at references because it's very stylized. The way smoke rises is very specific and different depending on maybe what kind of smoke it is or what chemical compound it's made of.
I mean, you can kind of tell when people have not looked at smoke and how it behaves. Especially even with cigarette smoke, it goes up, but then it kind of mingles
Yeah,
and stuff. So you really need to look at reference for it to be believable, but it doesn't have to be 100% identical.
I liked how they deal with time. It's also this extremely slow shot of them.
They don't move at the same time.
Yeah, to make it more dynamic with needing less animation.
Yeah, you only animate on 2s and then you just slightly set them apart.
They start off on the same frame, rate, and then it's like 1, 2. It has its own direction. It's not following what the smoke in front is doing.
It makes the fact that you're using a lower frame rate less apparent.
Yes.
Each frame you still have movement,
Yeah.
regardless.
So the first thing I noticed is that the weapons are clearly 3D.
I mean, you would not want to draw something this detailed 24 frames a second. That would be a pain.
And for the movement like that, it
yeah,
would be a
especially
pain
because it's
in the
not
ass.
organic. You just gotta worry about perspective.
Getting the movement right with the 2D animation and
Yeah,
incorporating
like
in a way
having-
that doesn't
yeah.
feel like this is a foreign object to the body that is holding it. Together they have to work.
I think it's very well integrated.
Yeah, it's extremely well integrated. The way that it's animated as well, like the shadows are cell shadows, that translates very well to how the weapons are textured.
Also, sorry, but dolphin. Yay! Ooh, that's nice. He stays in the air and then he falls down.
Spacing is hard, but this is gorgeous. The two most important things about animation are spacing and timing. Spacing is where you put a drawing, and timing is when you put that drawing. Spacing here means basically where in this frame is the character at this moment in time. They keep him here in the air for a really long time. And they basically don't move his pose much, but then he does a very fast
jumpy,
movement.
yes.
So like from basically up here, he just goes whoop, and then he's down here. And because that's so much space, that makes it faster. Very nice. Also with the shadow, it's just like one big arc that they have here.
They use all they have to indicate where he goes.
Here he has the gun in hand. And now he's...
Then it repeats it.
Oh, that's genius though. You don't even notice it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a...
Yeah.
Like what I really like is also you can see the smear here, and the line of action is coming up here. The gun twirling.
And the arcs, like
Exactly, and here also nice smears. It's leading to this point. But then you have the line basically continuing like this.
Oh, the smear frames.
I like that he's leaning with his head and his entire body follows, and it's very dynamic.
very dynamic.
Also, I would spend 3 hours just praising the effects animation because...
But it's also something that you can use in a fight when you make a punch. In anime, they do that a lot. They reverse the colors.
That is extremely anime.
This one is also, this is so Super Saiyan. It doesn't have an anime style. It looks very much like Western comics, but the way it's animated is very high-end anime production.
Video game promotion has almost become its own like genre of animation.
Yes.
With its own style almost, I would say. You know, the punch of anime without the style and the proportions.
Exactly. Still keeping the style of the game, which is usually not anime style, but having that same dynamic.
They put a little self-promotion in there. Damn, they sell bullets now?
I like the imperfections.
That must be 3D too. Because it moves like that, like in the 3D space. And so it's really hard to be consistent when you animate it to be 2D already.
Why make your life harder and try to animate this in perspective as it turns
Exactly.
and flies away when you can do it 3D?
Especially if it doesn't change the shape of it.
This is a super cool shot.
I wonder what it would look like if you put it in like grayscale values. You can check values and see like what's bright and what isn't, but then as soon as you add colors to that, it might have again another effect because some colors are a lot more vibrant than others. The area where the red is, it's not like a very bright gray. It's still
Very
sort of
toned,
mid-tone. But then once you add the red, it's right in your face.
Here with the red, you see there's this bright area, but as soon as you put it on the gray tones, it almost disappears and is reduced to like
I mean, you still see the silhouette, but like without the color, it's not as obvious.
Just goes to show that grayscale is important, but color can add more.
Yeah.
Contrasts in movements are really nice to look at. So for example, you have fast realization, slow relaxation.
And I love this style of extreme contrast. There's only color and then there's black for the shadow.
Yeah.
I do love the compositions in
Yeah.
a lot of the shots.
And also I just really like the animation of how, making things feel as if they have weight is hard.
Yeah.
This impact is so good. It's from here to here.
With the impact.
So here it only moves like this little, and then poof, and then bam, it's already like all the impact has already happened. It's so fast, it's blink and you miss it.
This impact give so much power to this one.
Like, one of my favorite things in games is when they use a mechanical element to reflect like psychological elements, you know? For example, this guy is a tank, not just because he's buff, but because he's used to taking the blame or for like protecting other people.
Some sort of savior complex.
Yeah, kind of.
This whole sequence here, like, damn.
I like the chrome effect.
Yeah, the almost iridescent floor.
Yes. Also, I love what they did with the line art. I'm gonna copy that and use it for my own project.
Colored line art is always really cool.
The line art already has some like lighter parts and darker parts, but then in compositing and whatever, they would make this glow and this glow.
But they nailed the facial animation, and that's, I think it's a big part of making us feel for the character.
I also love the expression because it's like, it is actually, you know, smile lines,
it's got
under
wrinkles and
wrinkles.
everything.
Also, looks great.
So nice. Kudos for having more or less realistic teeth and it not landing in the Uncanny Valley. Uncanny Valley is like, the more realistic it gets, if it's not perfect, the human will notice it, especially when it comes to other people. But right before it gets like perfectly human, there's an Uncanny Valley. It makes it really uncomfortable to look at.
Those are also, that's really nice colors.
Yes.
The spectrum, like yellow to orange to red, and then magenta and purple in it.
It glows because here, like you said, it's basically white, and here it's very dark. So this is the point of biggest contrast, which is why we look here. And then what's also very nice about this is that most of the screen is empty.
Yes.
And then you have an area of high detail, and it's warm, which is just like, bam,
Which
the eye
is nice
immediately looks-
contrast.
And also, this is all leading right here.
This is really cool.
That's cool.
It's kind of trippy though, because it kind of looks 3D by the way it moves.
Even though it looks like it because of the lighting, I think the characters are still...
Animated in 2D?
So, is it in 3D? That's the question. That's just actually like a still image, like it's 2D.
It's 2D?
Like they're just zooming out and turning around the camera. And then when it will be a bit too obvious, they're doing a cut.
Because you would
And
notice.
he's not moving here, so there is no parallax.
Okay, now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, but the way they cut it and composite it, it feels like 3D to me.
This lady, she got robbed.
The two other ones, you have a very clear internal conflict that's driving the animation, where like one is, oh, I couldn't protect that person, the other is like, oh, I'm fighting with myself.
Yes.
This one is like, oh, I get trapped in the crystal.
This scene's kind of struck out to me.
His fingers, I didn't see those before.
His fingers?
Oh shit, did not see those before.
Like here we have the fingers of the character.
I don't want to be a VFX animator, but I have so much respect for people that do, especially like stuff like this.
Yes.
This is just
This
gorgeous.
is great.
Ooh, negative shapes. Ooh, look at the blobs.
And also the style is different because here the shadows are sketched on.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice.
Here is very clean. You have clean line art, clean shadows and light for her.
Her face is shaded
Yeah,
with
there's-
lines. That's pretty cool.
Look at this one, and then in the reflection of the crystal,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
her
this-
player.
Ooh, broken arm. Yummy. Your hand is the last thing that takes all of the power, and so it starts from the shoulder, goes to the elbow, and then moves on to this arm. Once it's in motion, it just emphasizes the direction and the force in
Yeah.
which something
Yeah.
is going.
It has extremely nice visuals.
It does, and like it's so well animated, and the shots are powerful, and the composition is really nice. To me, it's one of those things that were made specifically to look very, very cool, right? Like they put all of the cool juice in that.
Anyway, super cool animation. I'm a fan of the song.
Cool, thank you so much for
Oh, that's not too long.